First of all, I think on the actual oil price itself, whenever there is a crisis of this kind, oil prices tend to shoot up quickly and then settle afterwards. I don't think that it will have a long-lasting, significant impact on the oil price. We have to remember that the one region of the world that's really hit by this crisis in the Red Sea is Europe. So Asia is going to be able to get its crude oil and its products and its natural gas as usual. The US doesn't buy very much from the Middle East. So it's really an impact on Europeans. And it means that their supply lines are now much, much longer than they were when that oil could just come up through the Suez Canal. And I think this is going to create a lot of challenges in shipping. Some companies are going to find that they have lower inventories than that they thought they would. And so it will have an impact on those refiners in the European area and also on shipping costs, because we need to ship all the way around Africa rather than the much shorter route.
Okay, so it's really focused on Europe. Are there any countries in particular that are most affected? And you mentioned shipping around Africa. Are there other solutions that countries are looking at to get those ships or other forms of transport to get the oil that they need?
Well, there are obviously other sources of crude available, but Europe now is not buying any crude from Russia. And Russia was a very big supplier of crude oil to the European market. Now that crude actually has to go the other way, and it too can't go through the Suez. It's going to have to go through Africa. So that's one that's taken away from the table. Other crudes such as Kazakh crude, I guess, are being used, or North African are being used as much as they can anyway because of the Russian situation. So I just think that they're going to have to deal with bringing this crude from further away. The Mediterranean region in particular, I think, will be more heavily hit because the refineries in the Mediterranean rely more on Middle Eastern crude than the ones up in the northwest of Europe.
And you said that you don't see a long-lasting impact on oil prices, but what do you think is going to happen in the short term? What's going to happen when the markets open tomorrow?
The oil price may go up a little bit more. I don't expect very much more. We are in a market where oil prices have been declining. The market appears to be well supplied in general. So in that kind of market, even these impacts don't really push the price up that much. If we were in a much tighter market, maybe that would be different. I do think, though, that the price of diesel is going to go up a lot in the European market. Europe used to get most of its imports of diesel from Russia. It's currently getting a lot more diesel from east of Suez, from the Middle East, from India, even from as far away as China. And so European diesel supply chains are going to be very impacted. And I think it has more impact on diesel prices than it does on oil prices.